Your debris is violating Article 3, Subsection 4 of the bylaws. You have exactly 1 hour to clean this up.
Are you insane? It's just paper, chemical.
The first thing I saw that morning was white paper stuck to black asphalt like frost. I opened my front door on May 3, 2024, and cold air hit my face. The porch light made my driveway glow. It looked like someone had dumped a whole printer on it. The pages were damp, edges curling, fluttering in the breeze. My bare feet went numb as I stepped out. I could smell wet asphalt and my coffee cooling on the kitchen counter behind me. Across the street, a neighbor's blinds snapped shut. No one said a word. Just my driveway, buried under paper, like a warning. I picked one up. It was a violation notice. Then another. And another. Parking. Grass height. Trash can placement. A fine for a kid's chalk drawing that had washed away weeks ago. At the top of the first packet was a smug header that made my stomach flip. HOA posted 63 pages on my driveway overnight, had no idea I am their code director. I blinked. I thought it was a typo or some weird joke. Under that, all caps, final notice before lien. Total due, $2,300. Due in 10 days. My phone buzzed. A text from my next-door neighbor, "Hey, we can't talk about this. They're watching. Sorry." At 9:00 a.m. sharp, I called the HOA office. A bright, fake sweet voice answered. "This is Karen with Community Management, how can I help?" I told her about the driveway dump, the fines, the weird line about me being their code director. She cut me off. "If you'd read your covenants, you'd know we've been more than generous." She said they had 17 complaints on me. 17. I asked for copies. She said, "Records are internal. Privileged." Then she added, "Maybe this neighborhood isn't the right fit for you." I tried emailing the board. No reply. I walked over to a neighbor. He opened the door a crack and whispered, "They fined us for talking to you last month. Please go." His hand shook as he shut the door. That was the moment I snapped. Not yelling. Not throwing anything. Just a quiet line in the sand in my head. If they wanted proper channels, then fine. I would live in those channels. I started a notebook. Timeline item 1 April 5th at 4:27 a.m. false trespass call. That was when the police showed up at my door because someone said my own car and my own driveway looked suspicious. I wrote down dates, times, names. I lined up photos, emails, and call logs in a binder. Then I opened my laptop and went somewhere Karen did not expect, public records. Our HOA is a non-profit corporation. Corporations leave trails. I typed the HOA's full name into the state's business search. A file popped up. I paid the small fee and downloaded everything. Articles of incorporation. Annual reports. Officer updates. The file landed with 63 pages. I scrolled, sipping cold coffee. And then I saw it. Under Director, Code and Covenant Compliance, it listed my full legal name. My address. My signature from when I filled out a volunteer form 2 years ago that they never processed correctly. On paper, I wasn't the enemy. On paper, I was their code director. Patterns of false reports can be prosecuted, I read on a legal help site, and I smiled for the first time that day. I reread the bylaws, line by line. Directors could demand records. Directors could call a special open meeting. Directors had to sign off on enforcement policies. Spoiler, I had not signed off on anything. So I wrote a letter. Calm. Short. On the top, I put, "From the desk of the Code and Covenant Director." I cited the same statute they used on me. I demanded all complaint records, audio of board meetings, and a freeze on all fines under my name. I attached the state file that still listed me as director. Then I sent it certified to the management company, the HOA attorney, and CC'd the city code inspector. 2 days later, the inspector emailed back. He thanked me for the documents and asked if he could schedule a walkthrough of the clubhouse. I suggested May 10th at 3:00 p.m. He agreed. Word got out faster than I expected. The notice I posted on the community board, special open meeting requested by code director, was like a bomb. Neighbors who had been hiding started texting. "You're really the director? Is this for real?" On May 10th, I walked into the clubhouse in jeans and a hoodie. Phones were already out. People lined the walls. Karen stood at the front with a stack of folders, smiling that tight smile. She started, "Today we're here to address ongoing non-compliance." I walked right past her and plugged my laptop into the projector. The first slide was the state business record, big and clear. Director, Code and Covenant Compliance, my name. My face. My address. Karen tried to laugh it off. "That's just a filing error. You don't actually have." The city inspector stepped forward and said, "Actually, that's what we rely on." Then he turned to the crowd and said, "And while I'm here, we need to talk about this building." He started listing violations. The emergency exit sign over the back door that hadn't worked in months. The blocked fire lane where board members liked to park. The unpermitted storage shed behind the pool. He wrote everything down, slow and loud, while people filmed. When I clicked to the next slide, it was my timeline. Dates. Times. Complaint numbers. I read them out. False grass height report while I was out of town. False barking dog report when I don't even own a dog. False trespass call on myself. "You never told me about any of this," I said, looking at Karen. "But as your code director, I'm telling you now, these patterns stop." Someone in the back snorted. Then laughter spread like a wave. The quiet, scared neighbors? They were cheering. One whispered loud enough to catch on video, "She played HOA hardball with the wrong nerd." By the end of the week, the fallout hit. The HOA attorney sent a letter voiding all my fines. Then another letter suspending all enforcement actions pending policy review with the code director. Me. The city issued citations for the clubhouse violations with real dollar amounts. One was $500 per day until fixed. At the next meeting, the board voted, on camera, to remove Karen's management company and hire a new one. They also adopted a rule that all future complaints had to be signed, not anonymous, and that anyone caught filing false reports could be fined instead. A local blog picked up the video of me clicking through the slides. It went small-time viral. Comments flooded in. My favorite said, "This is what happens when the HOA forgets who actually reads the rules." Now, my driveway is just a driveway again. No surprise paper snowstorms. Kids draw chalk art all over the sidewalk and no one takes pictures to complain about it. Neighbors stop to chat without glancing over their shoulders. One older lady from down the street brought me cookies and said, "I slept better after you roasted them." The best part? I'm already working with the new board to clean up the covenants so this mess can't happen again to the next person. The binder of receipts sits on my shelf, just in case, but mostly as a trophy. Please follow for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.